Okay, so graphing acceleration practice. This is for our graphing acceleration practice in my class. And so we'll go through the question that I've given you step by step. Okay, so it says to use Desmos to make a velocity time graph of an object that accelerates from rest to a velocity of 30 meters per second in 5 seconds, remains at that velocity for 10 seconds before accelerating from 30 meters per second down to 0 over 5 seconds. It says to give the graph an appropriate title, as well as all the information in appropriate places. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that. You can keep this up so you can reference it as we go on another screen. But let's start where we need to. Okay, it starts from rest. Rest is 0. Okay, whether it's time or velocity, it's going to be 0, right? It says that over a 5-second period, it goes up to 30 meters per second. So that's from 0 to 5 over in 30 meters per second. 30 meters per second. Okay, and then it says what? That it stays at that speed, or at that velocity, for 10 seconds. Now, we can't just plunk a 10 in there. Okay, if we do, it's not going to give us the right point that we need. Okay, and so if we're at 5 already, and it says it goes 10, 5, 10, right? That should be 15. Okay, so now we're at our right. We have the correct point now. Okay, now it says that after that 10 seconds, it accelerates from 30 meters per second to 0, or at rest, over 5 seconds. So here's our time again. But again, we can't put a 5, right? It needs to be 15 plus 5, which is 20. Okay, and our final time is 0. You can see it plunked in here. Now I can't see all of our points because this part of the graph only goes up to 15 or just under 20, and we need to be up to 30. So let's make some adjustments here. We go over here. Okay, leave this. This should be adjust these right here. Yours might not say this already, but adjust it to -2 and to -3. Okay. The x-axis. What is the highest number the x-axis goes up to? Well, it's 20. So let's put down 25. Okay. The y-axis. What's the highest number it goes to? Well, it's 30. So let's put down 35. Okay. Now, if you take a look here, you can see all of your points. Okay, and if you click on them, you'll see that it shows you each one of your points. Okay. Now, we're going to also label these. Okay, so what is on the x-axis? The x-axis is your time. Okay, so you're going to write down time, and then brackets, just put an S for seconds. Okay, we need to have our correct units on there, and it needs to tell us what it does, what it is. Okay, now the y-axis is your velocity. Of course, that is going to be in meters per second here on this particular graph. Okay, so now that we have this all done, okay, we can go ahead and connect all the points, because you can't see a whole lot the way it is right now. If you just click on this, it's just going to shut off your points. So what you need to do is you need to hold, okay, click on it and hold, and you'll see this come up. Okay, now you want to click on lines, and you'll notice that it gives you lines. Now that gives you a much better picture of what's actually happening on this graph. Okay, now I don't care. You can go ahead and change the color. That doesn't bother me. Okay, but please, yeah, just leave it as straight lines, not the dashes or the dots. Okay, just leave it as the straight lines. Okay, so now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here, just kind of the projector mode. It kind of bolds everything, makes it look nice. Click on that. Okay, and then save.